Today, we have two segments for you to watch on TAMAPTA. First segment is on Gabe Andre, an elder from the community of Sigichik who tells of his experiences out on the land. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the program.
I remember as far as 38 or 39, we started to go around, go out with my dad. Used to trap everything. Used to not only trap, go out hunting, fishing, trapping, fishing on the ice, fishing in summer with canoe, everything. Go out cutting wood, go out making a camp. Trap in the winter time, and that's the way I brought up. That's why today I know everything about land, area from Great to anywhere from Great, any direction, all that I know. All over the Delta, I know all that country too. All the way up Mackenzie, both sides of Mackenzie, up as far as Thunder River. Same was up the Red, way up to Walden Creek, up to the Forks, both sides of the country. I used to be around there with my dad. We passed spring, lots of time we passed spring up the Red, lots of time we passed spring up the Mackenzie, down the Delta. Them days were nobody settled down like today, up to camp one place. Them days you used to go different area every year. Nobody got his own cabin, and you got cabin around the trap line, but not on Mackenzie. Never have place of camp of your own on Mackenzie River. Only time we started to settle down was in 1940, 42. Started to settle down at Tree River. We've been there ever since. I used to stay there after my dad died. I stayed with my mom. I lived beside my brother Hyson at Tree River. In 1965, I got married and I moved across the river from them, and that's where my main camp now. From there I trap. I come out here in the fall time, fish around Travia Lake. And 1 week I get all the fish I needed for the winter. After that I trap around here. Ever since 1967 I started around this country, and I'm still here today. It's a little while I've been around here now. When I stay in Mackenzie on my main camp, I trap up the Mackenzie to Red. For lynx I go on Mackenzie. But for Martin I go across Mackenzie, other side of Mackenzie, up this side. Since about 3 years now. I never trap them like I used to, but I still come out here to do fishing and just to be out in the country. I like that life. When I'm out here, I do everything I want. I got no boss. Everything I wanted is here. There's fish here. There's all different kind of fish. You don't have to go too far to trap. You don't have to go too far to fish. Everything is right there. You don't have to go anywhere. Just about. You don't have to go 50 miles away. You only go about 30 miles out of this area and everything is right there. Now, my wife couldn't go out in the bush anymore. That's why I had to stay in town. Even she stay in town, I go out by myself, back to here. Now today she only stay in town, that's all. I never stay there, me. Quite a few years now, there's no caribou around here. Before that, there was lots. But I hope this year they come back, so I don't want to stay around town feel like I got nothing to do. When I go out in the bush, I got all kinds of things to do, but when I stay in town, I get tired because there's nothing to do. But when I'm out here, I do something all the time. Every day I'm working. Either go to see net, go to see trap, go to see snares. Anything I want to eat is right there. Sometimes I like to take some kids out too, but it's always, they say it's no money to take kids out. I don't know why it's that, especially in Arctic Red, it's worse for that. One time we used to trap with lake hole trap. It's easy to set it and you get fur easy too. But since they changed that lake hole trap, you have to give it back and you get only, you give 2 lake hole trap for 1 conibear. And that conibear is not as good as lake hole. I don't know what they do that for. It kill animal. It's same thing as lake hole. Lake hole kill animal too. One thing I don't like about conibear is there's one kind of conibear that you don't even know how to set it. You're setting it backwards, you don't know. It happened to me. You set the trap and every marten come along and miss it. I was setting it backwards. I was real mad, you know. After all the work you put in there, all the gas you spend, and you're setting your trap wrong way. Nobody helped to get gas. Now today they give out gases. You only get 2 barrels. And that 2 barrel, I don't think it even lasts 1 month if you start trapping. Like I used to trap one time, I used to go through about 5 or 6 barrels a year, winter, just for trapping alone. Beside that, I use lots of gas too. But today, fur is not good price like it used to be. That's because we got conibear, I guess.
Now we bring the second portion, which is from Inuvik. This segment shows the sod turning for the site of the new hospital that was done by dignitaries from Yellowknife and Inuvik.
Got a good turnout here on a beautiful September day to do something that we've been anticipating for quite some years, and that's the sod turning for our new health and social services facility that we hope will be under construction very soon now. And this worked out in a very timely manner since we have our whole legislative assembly here in Inuvik this week. So I'd like to turn this over to our minister, the Honorable Jane Groenewegen, to start us off here before we actually physically turn this on.
Good afternoon. It's really good to see everybody here this afternoon. As Rhea said, it's a beautiful day here in Inuvik, and it's just good timing to have so many Inuvik residents out here, but also to have our MLAs from the Territorial Legislative Assembly here in Inuvik. I've jotted down a few notes because I don't want to forget to thank anybody. I'm pleased to be here to commemorate the Government of the Northwest Territories' commitment to the new Inuvik Health Centre. This $37 million centre will be a modern facility designed to improve healthcare delivery in this region. Getting to this point involved the work and dedication of many players, and we can't acknowledge them all today, but certainly I would like to mention Floyd Rowland, who deserves considerable credit. Both as MLA and during his tenure as Minister of Health and Social Services, Floyd, along with the other MLAs who represent the constituents who will be served by this facility, moved this process along. And so I'm sort of coming in at the end of things here, but the hard work and the consultation, the dedication has gone before us. The Premier and the Cabinet recognize the importance of moving ahead with this project, which is probably one of the most significant capital infrastructure projects that will be built during the mandate of this government. Together with the Inuvik Regional Health and Social Services Board, the GNWT looks forward to working in partnership with the key players in order to make this new facility a reality. And I'm pleased to recognize today also the planned role with the joint venture partners, including the Inuvik Community Corporation and the NETAT Gwich'in Council. And those negotiations will be getting underway shortly. Now the physical work is about to begin, and within 3 years, Inuvik will become the home of a modern facility built to serve your residents. It also anticipates the needs for services that will result from the significant development that we anticipate oil and gas is going to play in your region in the future. So thank you again for joining us today for this sod turning facility, and we look forward to seeing you all back here for the grand opening in 2003. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for being here today. Eric Lindsay, Marjorie Hanson, Annie Smith, and Frank Pope and Lucy Jackson are not here today, but I want to acknowledge the Board of Directors' role in sticking with this project. We had a very difficult time because we went through several processes, one of them a very major process called private partnerships. But I believe that not to be totally negative, it did allow us to exercise all the costing of the facility down to the actually chairs and desks, and I want to acknowledge as well Richard Nirsu, who the president of the Gwich'in Tribal Council, who has helped along this process as well. And I know that we struggled through the private-public partnership model. It didn't work out, but we hope that in the next few months or even next few weeks we'll be able to say we have a signed contract, because much of the work has already been done and has been completed, and we hope that will help us in our deliberations. And I want to thank the MLAs, Floyd and Roger Allen, and the rest of the MLAs who probably have been watching this major project proposal go through the hoops and hurdles of several processes, and I hope that we'll have your continued support. So for this region, I know that one of the considerations is that, you know, the efficiency of the hospital and the ongoing operations were the major consideration, and this hospital was built many years ago when federal government put up facilities, and planning was not necessarily the priority or the cost of the overall operation and maintenance and the facility operations of the professional care that you give. So there's a lot of thought that has been put into developing this facility, and a lot of consideration primarily for the ongoing costs. So when we need your help in the Legislative Assembly, and I know Madam Minister, Mr. Premier, will have your help, but in consideration of the negotiations, that this would be taken into consideration. So for all of you, I know that if we work hard and are diligent, hopefully that this building will be up before 2003. That's the only thing in the that disturbed me a little bit, because I feel that we can do the project much more quickly, providing that the negotiations on the actual contract get started. I had hoped that we would do it earlier this year, because of this particular structure of the hospital creates a different type of foundation, because people now are sort of a little bit afraid of piling structure. But I guess we won't be able to do that, but hopefully next year you'll see the signs of the hospital being organized here, and signs of some construction, because there's a lot of preparatory work that has to be done. So to all of you who have dedicated your time and diligence in trying to get this process through, thank you very much, and I hope that we'll be able to meet more than the deadline of 2003. Thank you. I would like to have Richard say a few words too, because I know that in the next little while we're going to have to count on him and his offices to make sure this happens as well.
Well, thank you, Nellie, and thank you, Premier, thank you, ministers and cabinet, and members of the Assembly, and people from the community and region. There's a whole series of events that have happened over the past several months, and even longer than that, but more so in the last month or so when actually Nellie gave me a call and indicated to me that one of the suggestions that we could consider was the idea of having, for the first time, a Gwich'in Development Corporation and Inuvialuit Community Corporation work together on a major project. We knew that the development corporations at the regional level could work, but our interest was to try to ensure that the community was involved in a project of this type, that for the first time they could be involved. And I'm very pleased that the leadership of the community, both from the Gwich'in and the Inuvialuit, have undertaken and taken on this project, because it's a new initiative, and I think they're going to be very proud at the end of the day of the working relationship that they're going to be able to develop here. And to the cabinet and to the members of the assembly who sat through my discussion in Yellowknife some months ago when I suggested that this suggestion should be supported. I appreciate the MLAs from this region, Nunavut, Inuvik, and Mackenzie Delta, and of course the Premier for supporting the idea that we proposed. And I know that from all discussions that have taken place that the initiative and the support that we've given to the people in this community is going to be well worth our time and our effort. So to Nellie and to everybody here, thank you for coming out. At the end of the day, I think the facility that you're going to have to provide services and programs to you is going to be well worth the wait, and we appreciate the time of the board and all those people that spoke on our behalf in the assembly or in public. Thank you very much.
Okay, down.
Okay. Nellie, you've done this so many times. Okay, now.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Yes.
Kneel down. Duck down.
Yeah, this lady's short here. Come over here. Put you
Yeah,
up here. Yeah, there you are. There you are.
Little white angle lens.
You know, I did this one time years ago when we were sod turn for a YWCA.
Oh, yeah.
And then
On the second of this.
oh,
One of those.
yeah, the digital camera.
Yeah, electronic.
Wow.
Okay, just hang on the second one.
Well, this project, to get to this date, has been, for myself at least, has been my second term. One of the things I did when I first was elected to the 13th Assembly was bring this project up again. And it was in the books beforehand, and the Health Board as well as others had been starting to look at it and move forward with it. In the transfer agreement from Ottawa in 1988, it stated that Inuvik would get a new hospital, and it would we would commence the work on it starting in 1996. So there was some work done prior to that. I know I'd done some research and worked with the board and people like Nellie and others to try and ensure this went ahead, and the minister of the day. So it's been since my coming online as a member of the Assembly for Inuvik and continuing here as Inuvik Boot Lake. The most tense moments, I guess, for us has been the last number of months, and thankfully we've seen this come ahead with a joint venture between the Inuvialuit Gwich'in and the contractor as well, and they're sitting down to try and finalize things. So it's been a few years, and hopefully, as they say, by 2003 we'll all be able to come and receive care and a new modern facility.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the program. Watch for more complete trapping shows with Gabe Andre in the near future. Watch TAMAPTA each week here on the Aboriginal People's Television Network.